Welcome to LunarWave. Join our adventure club with a quick subscribe.
Welcome back to Port Cache, where the fog rolls in every night, wrapping the town in secrets. Across the waves lies Henry's home, an island of mysteries waiting to be solved. Last time, Shelby and her friends found a rusty box with a note that read, "The light leads on." Tonight, a new kid arrives in town, and the fog hides a new clue. Settle in, listen closely, and let the adventure unfold. Shelby sat on the edge of the Port Cache dock, the note from Henry's home crumpled in her pocket. The words, "The light leads on," swirled in her mind. Was it the light Blake had seen in the fog? The one that flickered 3 times? She squinted toward the island, barely visible through the morning mist. The air smelled of salt and damp wood, and the town was buzzing about a new kid moving in. Someone named Peter. Shelby's thoughts were interrupted by footsteps. Alice, her friend with a knack for riddles, bounded up, her ponytail swinging.
Shelby, did you bring the note? I bet it's about the lighthouse on Henry's home. It's the only light that makes sense.
The lighthouse? But it's been dark for years. My dad says it's just an old tower now.
Before Alice could reply, a boy with messy brown hair and a skeptical frown walked up. He carried a backpack slung over one shoulder, and his sneakers were caked with mud from the harbor path.
"You're talking about that island, huh? I'm Peter, just moved here. My mum says Henry's home is a bunch of made-up stories for kids."
It's not made up. We found a note in a box yesterday. It said, "The light leads on." That's a real clue.
Peter raised an eyebrow, but his eyes flicked toward the island. Shelby could tell he was curious, even if he didn't want to admit it. Alice grinned, sensing a challenge.
Come with us tonight, Peter. We're going to the lighthouse, unless you're too scared of a little fog.
"I'm not scared, I just don't believe in treasure hunts, but fine, I'll go."
That evening, the fog rolled into Port Cache, thick and heavy, like a curtain over the sea. Shelby, Peter, Alice, and Clara, Alice's older sister, climbed into Trigger's boat. Trigger, Blake, and Brody stayed behind, planning the next trip. Clara, arms crossed, muttered about keeping everyone safe.
"You kids stick close. That lighthouse is falling apart. If you get hurt, I'm telling your parents."
The boat docked at Henry's home, and the group trudged up a rocky path to the lighthouse. It towered over the island, its paint peeling, its windows dark. The fog swirled around it, making the air feel alive with secrets. Shelby clutched her flashlight, her heart racing. Peter lagged behind, kicking pebbles.
"This is a waste of time. It's just an old building."
The note said the light leads on. We have to check inside.
The lighthouse door creaked open with a push, revealing a dusty spiral staircase. Cobwebs hung like nets, and the air smelled of rust and salt. Shelby's flashlight beam danced across the walls, catching a faded painting of a ship with 4 masts. Above it, carved into the stone, were the words, "4 beams flash, the path is cast."
4 beams flash? Maybe it's about the lighthouse signal.
It's a riddle. Lighthouses flash signals to guide ships. Maybe there's a pattern.
Peter snorted, but he stepped closer, peering at the carving. The group climbed the staircase to the top, where a massive broken lantern sat. Its glass was cracked, but a small panel nearby had buttons labeled with numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4.
What if we press 4 for the 4 beams?
"It's probably rusted shut, but try it."
Shelby pressed the button marked 4. A low hum filled the room, and a hidden drawer slid open in the wall. Inside was a brass key, etched with a tiny star. Shelby's hand shook as she picked it up.
It's another clue. The light did lead us.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe this island isn't all stories.
Clara checked her watch, her voice sharp. Time's up. We're heading back before the fog gets worse. But Shelby saw a spark in Peter's eyes. His doubt was fading, replaced by curiosity. The key felt warm in her hand, a promise of more mysteries. As the boat cut through the fog back to Port Cache, Shelby tucked the key into her pocket beside the note. The lighthouse had shared its secret, but Henry's home had more to reveal. What did the star key unlock, and what would the island show them next? Shelby and Peter learned tonight that even the most skeptical heart can open to a mystery if you give it a chance. The fog of Port Cache hides many secrets, and the lighthouse is only the beginning. Next time, the kids will follow the star key's clue. For now, snuggle under your covers, dream of lighthouses and hidden paths, and sleep tight. Good night, Port Cache.
Love this mystery? Like and subscribe to LunarWave for more adventures under the stars.